Where's my box?
Mm. Oh my.
Located
So sudden.
approximately
y'all
two
wanna
and a
y'all wanna like help me find this thing?
it's about
Gladly.
it's about this far from the base of your navel.
That far?
Yeah, go from the base of your navel to the
Hold
tippy
please.
top.
There is a place that light is afraid to touch, where the monsters beneath your bed and hiding behind your fear refuse to travel. Do you dare? Is your mind capable of the sights you will see? Is your body prepared for the sounds you will hear? Is your spirit up to the challenge of what you soon may feel? If so, have a seat with the seductress of the dark, Sarah Terror, the sultan of sadism, Chunky Larry, and the clown prince of fear, Arlie Grind. This is the Ghoul Kids Table.
Greetings, fellow insomniacs, and welcome to the table. This is another episode of the Ghoul Kids Table podcast, wherever you listen to podcasts and on YouTube. I am your host. My name is Chunky Larry, and sitting with me at the table are my two favorite people. But we're going to start with the lady who makes everything possible, the puppet master herself, Miss Tragic Rar. How are you doing?
Oh, dance, puppets, dance. Yes. How you doing, bud?
Man, I'm fucking great, man. I'm so excited because this is really our official first. Well, I mean, Monster Squad was there, but this is our first like review of 2023. So I'm like I feel rusty, but I'm like ready to go.
We had a solid break that was nice. It wasn't needed for me. It was a needed break, but like it gave us time to really like recharge and blah 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 corporate speak. Go on. Just keep nodding. Yes.
And also joining us, as always, the cause of choleraphobia in several states, the clown prince of fear, and a man who will give you a drink and something in your stink. Mr. Arlie Grind, how you doing?
Honk honk, motherfuckers! What's going on?
I had something new. It's like, gotta give him something
Throw
else.
it in there.
Throw something about butt stuff in there. I love
it.
it.
I'm drinking bourbon, so like, yeah. Sure.
Hey, we're not even there yet. But
I
now that
know.
you've brought it up, what is in your glass?
Oh my God! I'm so glad you asked. It is the Red Owl. It is bullet bourbon, 1.5 ounces bullet bourbon, 1 ounce amaretto, and half an ounce of grenadine. It's a sipper, not a shooter. Do not shoot this hoot. Do not shoot this hoot.
Sounds like a hell of a hooter.
It's a hell of a hooter. Oh, it's delightful. I was really impressed with the flavor and how it came out. So, honk honk, motherfuckers! Cheers.
Very nice. And you'll be able to see the creation of the Red Owl on an episode of Top Shelf Horror, available on YouTube and wherever you listen to. No, it's just YouTube.
YouTube. And TikTok.
And TikTok.
Yeah.
And Instagram and
Instagram.
Facebook and, kind of everywhere. Twitter, maybe. All of those places. Anyway, we are getting ready to talk about a film that is full of owls. Well, just one, but it's a big ass owl. It is the 2022 film, A Wounded Fawn. And this was a recommendation of Arlie, but I want Tragic Rar to read the synopsis for A Wounded Fawn.
Kind of read it ahead of time, and I have thoughts. I have thoughts. So, okay, here's the synopsis. A serial killer brings an unsuspecting new victim on a weekend getaway to add another body to his ever-growing count. She's buying into his faux charms, and he's eagerly lusting for blood. What could possibly go wrong?
And then hilarity ensues. And hilarity ensues.
You have very good taste in art.
Well, thank you. Do you work for a gallery or a private collector?
I have plans this weekend.
The mystery.
Yeah.
Mystery man.
That's right.
What mystery man?
I brought that record I was telling you about.
Oh, great. To art and beauty.
And the night ahead. Have you ever experienced anything weird here before?
This is one of those movies that you're either completely like, this is dumb, or you're like, this is fucking brilliant. There's really no middle ground with this kind of movie. I know that Arlene recommended this. He was like, oh, let's get another shed in our fucking in our quiver. Let's just shit all over something. And then I was like, I kind of like it. And so this is interesting because we have not heard what Sarah has thought of the film yet. We're very in the dark. We know which side both me and Arlie are on. Arlie is clearly in the Argento category right now. I'm going more what's his fucking name? God, I forget it. It doesn't matter. Joe Bagos, the guy who did the Christmas Bloody Christmas. That piece of shit. Rar,
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
I want to know where you land on this film.
Where I land on this film.
What were your thoughts?
I had to sit on this for a few days because my immediate thoughts were trash, immediate trash, all trash, nothing saving this at all, like all trash. And this to me wants to be elevated horror in the worst way. You asked. You asked.
They tried.
Red
Paid
flag.
for effort.
Red flag.
All the red.
Oh. Oh, Jesus. After sitting on it for a few days and thinking about it, there were some things that I did like about it. There were some things that I did appreciate about it. But all in all, like, yes, I'm putting this in a category with the shed.
So you guys are both on the side that this is not a good movie. And
It tried.
It's not that it's not a good movie. It's a decent flick. It's worth the watch, but it's not a favorite of mine from 2022.
So
well, you said you had watched it again, Arlie, and I just refused to watch it again.
So this is the third film of director Travis Stevens. Travis Stevens, his first film was A Girl on the Third Floor. That was the film the debut of CM Punk as the lead, and it's like a haunted house kind of thing, and it feels very much like this. And then his second film, Jacob's Wife, I just watched this fucking week in preparation for this conversation. Phenomenal fucking movie. and
What
and,
happened? What happened?
and so like this, I kind of because going into it, I didn't go into it with any kind of preconceived anything, and it is definitely a try hard. Like that's as obvious as it gets. Like this is trying really hard to convey that it's a highbrow kind of film. This is we're going to talk about art, and we're buying art, and everything around us is art, and you know it looks kind of like a Banana Republic commercial, and you know I like I get it. I get why people watch this and they're immediately like, holy shit, this is pretentious, because it is. It totally is, but it is doing that because of that's a decision, that's a choice that they're making to convey this style, and then they stylistically match that because that is the group of people that are being targeted. It is the art community, so it's supposed to look like an art film.
So real quick too, I'm an art kid.
Yeah.
I also, my bachelor's is in fine arts.
Uh-huh.
So I've taken art history. I've done tons of different art classes. I love art. So they were drawing me in with the auction, the museum, the everything. And I was like, it's pretty. It's all pretty. And so not in a pretentious way, but in a I just want to be there type of way.
Mhm.
But I can see how that can come off as pretentious. I adored some of the art qualities that they kept throughout the entire movie as well. So I really did appreciate it that it committed to that theme of art the whole way through.
Yeah. And you know, you look at what that character is drawn to in terms of art, and that really paints the picture. Like walking through that house, it is as obvious as the red flags that they drive by that you know, this guy has something troubled about him. It's conveyed in every single piece of art, and especially in the main room there's a big glowing piece of art that's his centerpiece, and it's got 4 slashes down the front of it, which is representative of the claw that he has, which I fucking love that claw.
I love the claw. I thought that was really interesting.
I thought that the first kill, it really sets the tone of the movie, and I really dug it. I dug the pacing of the edits and the way that they did the auction, and then it builds from that auction to that kill, and it's you know,
Not only that, but it sets up the character Bruce. Yeah. It sets him up as being who he is. Like he's very misogynistic, and he was coming off with those like cheesy lines, following a girl home that he never met before, and thinking that he could get away with a bunch, which he did. And like, I'm sorry, but I had a flashback to Barbarian whenever she lets him right in and they have a bottle of wine open. I'm like, oh God, red flag. Just yelling it at the TV at that point.
Hashtag red flag.
Hashtag all the red flags.
Configuration. Oh, hold on. Configuration. It's not going away in 2023.
Dog.
I'm the dog catcher. What are you talking about?
But yeah, man, excuse me, Michael. The pace of that opening to that kill, phenomenal. The conversation that they have when they're on the car ride, with the exception of the very glaring red flags, it's a fucking great conversation that it's building.
I'm gonna stop you there.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna stop you there. Who goes on a weekend getaway and is just now asking some of those questions? That was another red flag to me. Like, oh, cause stop it, Arlie Bull. That cracked me up. What's the longest relationship you've ever been in? That's usually part of like first timey conversations, not, hey, we're going out into the middle of the woods to be alone and you don't know anything about me type.
I mean,
You know
you're
what I
going out to
mean?
the middle of the woods with somebody that you just had tacos with. Like, he bought me tacos. I'm going to
I mean,
a
I'm
cabin in
sold.
the middle of the woods to
I'm
get
sold.
laid because I'm stealing remotes from my or batteries from my remote because my vibrator is running out of batteries. I
Oh,
don't
that
have
drove me
money.
nuts.
I
That
sell
drove
art.
me nuts. They were in the middle of that art museum talking about getting laid and jerking off.
Yeah,
And they're like,
yeah.
have you ever been in an art museum? You can hear a pin drop.
Yeah,
Like,
but these stuffy fucking elitos are
it was very elitist.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't elitist. Bruce is wearing a fucking Canadian tuxedo the whole time. Denim Dan. Like,
That's what
hey.
kills me about the charms of this serial killer. What charms?
He's
Like-
rustic. He's rugged. She's swooning at the cabin. You know,
He's-
like
he watched way too much
No, she's
Yellowstone.
not. She's
and now
terrified as soon as she gets there. She's not
She's-
swooning.
The
She's
cabin has
clearly.
me swooning.
You hear those wind chimes? Hot. Like, come
Ooh,
on.
I love it. I love it. It's so woodsy and rustic. It's got me wet.
And then you walk in and it looks like a hodgepodge of 1970s and 1980s. Like, I was waiting for the fondue plate to come out.
It's like, oh my god, he's got an 8-track.
Oh my god. Record player? Oh no. We do 8 tracks here.
Oh, by the way, I'd like to point that out too. When I pack for a camping trip, I always take a see-through bra and a record with me. I'm just saying.
Sexy
totally
panties and a
understandable.
record.
Wait, you guys don't do that?
You don't take sexy panties and a
I
record?
always do that. Always.
Look, I don't know what I'm going to get into. So
We're not doing the same camping, guys. We're not doing the same camping at all.
Sexy underwear and this record that I think is really just kind of dope.
Dope. So dope.
That is what I'm taking with me. Other clothes? Nah.
Yeah, that bag was so small. Like, was she just gonna like rewear? Like, I'm just like, when I go for a weekend getaway, there's a couple pairs of
What do you
underwear.
bring?
There's a couple different outfits. You know, you just I don't think
like
records.
something for each day, right?
Yeah,
Not just one bra. And a record. Which one bra can last you the whole weekend. I can say yes, that works. However, what?
It's not sexy, bro. It's not sexy. Yo, hey, yeah, that's really hot. Day 1. Yo, hey, yeah. Day 2. Oh, hey.
Yeah, I've seen that before. Awesome.
Day 3.
What the
Do you want to go
fuck?
into town and go shopping real quick?
So
Larry, I gotta know, what about this film, which is highly influenced by both Evil Dead and
Yes, it
Italian
is.
and Italian horror films, got your goat? I want to know what exactly what was it? Was it a combination of things? Was it one thing?
I was in from beginning. I thought that the editing of the film is fucking tremendous. I thought that the look of the film was tremendous, and it talks about power in an interesting way. That Bruce is overpowered by this force that's within him, and then he's overpowered by the external elements, which are, I'm assuming, actual ghosts, because she sees them as well. I have questions about that. Like, she sees the ghosts long before he does, and then she becomes one of the ghosts.
See, I think she made it at the very end.
No, she made it to the end.
Yeah, she
was the
like
final girl, yeah.
hodgepodged a thing on her neck, like
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
wearing
no,
wearing a tarp. Like, good on her. Like, she resourceful.
But what I'm saying is that is he manifesting that it's her as the masked
I think it's all
spirit?
coming from his head injury.
Because those things were there before the head injury. They were there before he attacked her because she was seeing this stuff.
True. I don't know. This is a weird one. We might have to do a side thing on that.
So here's my theory on that. I wrote this script. It's really good. Someone goes, hey, this is a little muddled. You know what? Don't worry about it. We'll just push through because these other elements nobody's going to think about that. Nobody's going to think about, who's seeing ghosts, or the ghosts real. Like, nobody's going to think about that. They want this, but don't worry about that. And that's how the movie kind of came across. Like, there were a lot of moments where it's like, do you think your audience is stupid? Because I know we've all talked about this, privately, but I think a lot of filmmakers are treating their audiences as if we don't understand storytelling at all. And that's one of the bigger issues I had with this movie. Like, from the first kill,
I think with this though, with the hallucinations, because I'm not convinced that they were ghosts, but like kind of like a shared hallucination type scenario, where because he was in a heightened state because of getting ready to do his next kill, that maybe that she was picking up on that energy, and that's why she was kind of seeing these things as well. I'm not necessarily convinced that this was a ghosty thing in any way.
It's just the things manifest long before we get to that point. There's a woman walking by the window. The light comes on. The light comes on while they're both standing there, and it's a light switch. So it's supernatural in nature. It's supernatural that blends this story about a serial killer, and it works as the punishment. I live in California. It works
California
as
love.
The punishment of evil. So it feels like it's absolutely supposed to be supernatural, but then they add in the element of him having this head injury to blur the lines even more. And I like that. I really fucking dig that idea of a blurred line.
So, speaking of head injuries and blurred lines, the stove scene in where the girl is on the stove.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, that's actually really awesome. That was very Evil Dead to me. It was very, very like, I was like, oh, this is kind of grotesque and strangely erotic and just like really crazy.
That's
right?
his wheelhouse, dude.
Right.
And
it was
masturbating.
Perfect. And
Can we talk about aggressive masturbating?
Hold on. But then you kill the scene with the Muppet stovepipe monster snake.
Again, that feels like Evil Dead to me, and I love that.
It felt, oh my God. But it totally, for me, it kind of ruined that scene a lot.
I don't know, dude, like it feels like a weird combination of serial killer meets Evil Dead. And I'm fucking here for that, dude. Like I fucking love that.
Before we get into the like extra aggressive masturbation, real quick, was there an Act 3?
There was
there was an Act 2.
There was an Act 2.5.
Okay, because that was one of the things that I was doing for the movie reaction TikTok is I'm not sure if there was an Act 3. Like, I don't remember seeing it.
Okay, you know what? No, to be fair, the Act 3 was the last 2 minutes of the film.
But I don't know because they didn't have the fancy font come up.
Over and over again.
They didn't
that
have the
was
fancy font come up that said Act 3, so I don't know as an audience.
oh god.
I really enjoyed this fucking movie. I
There were
thought that
there were a lot of parts to it that were really really great. The style is beautiful. The editing is beautiful.
Yeah.
What about the reveal of what is under the owl mask? Can we talk about that?
I fucking loved it, dude. I fucking loved it.
We're out of money.
yes.
Here's some red paint and some googly eyes.
No,
do what
I
you can
fucking
do.
loved it. I loved that. That added to the surrealness of
That was the part of the movie where I'm like, huh. I
think
like
that
how
this movie is gonna get the recognition down the road. I really do. I thought that this movie was fucking great. Go ahead. You were saying you loved.
I do like how the manifestations, ghosties, whatever we want to call the women, ended up being like representations of the statue that he stole from that second victim. I thought that was really interesting, and I really liked that.
And you had that foreshadowing, the snake outside, the dog, or the wolf, or whatever canine was making noise outside. So you really had you had these moments where you can start piecing things together, and you're like, okay, but then it's like, at least it's better than Midsummer. So,
I mean, something happens in it, so it infinitely makes it better. Immediately, almost.
I await your comments in the comments section. Please, feel free.
But let's talk about aggressive masturbating.
Why
not? my boy was hammering away.
Hashtag jerking that red flag.
Red rocket.
Hashtag red rocket raw.
Dude, he was beating that meat like it owed him money. Like he was just.
My man was stroking like it was the cure to death at the end of his cock.
Oh, and in the kitchen sink.
Did it look like he was kind of on his tippy toes to get to the kitchen sink?
Just kind of like, they couldn't bring him an apple box to stand on.
No, I think that was that added to it. You know what I mean? like he really fucking meant to do it, and he wanted to make sure they didn't have a lot of mess to clean up afterwards. I mean, he's already got to clean up a kill. He doesn't want to clean up too.
What?
Just flip the thing and let the water wash it all down. Yeah.
Fucking Meredith is bleeding to death on the fucking living room floor, but it'll come. Let's do that in the sink.
Because what do you think I am, a savage?
Yeah. Can't you tell I have class? Look at all these paintings.
Is that how classy people do it?
Yeah, just pick me up the whole fucking time.
No rag, no shower. Just...
No. That's
well, the big red hooter was in the bathroom, so it's not like he could go to the bathroom. Was the big red hooter in the bathroom both times, by the way?
Hashtag big red hooter. Big red hooter comes out. It's like, you do not want to go in there right now. I just had some burnt Indian food. Let's just say
I just ate a spicy mouse. It's
you don't want any part of burnt Indian food bathroom. There's just white shit everywhere. It's like that sink.
Because
yeah,
go
classy.
Kill this is classy here.
Oh god. Oh fuck. Let's rate this motherfucker.
Why?
You guys have anything else you want to talk about on this film?
So
I
I will say this to any of our audience members that liked it, and I do not mean this in a patronizing way. I want to know what you liked about it. I mean, I appreciate Larry sharing his thoughts, but I know other people did like this. I've seen it on TikTok and stuff. So let me know. I want to know, like what was it about this film that captured you so much, and why do you justify liking this movie, but you shit all over Rob Zombie? Just curious. Just curious. Sorry. But everyone who I've seen says likes this movie is in my comment section on TikTok telling me that Rob Zombie sucks. And I'm like, really? Really? I'm going to take your opinion with a grain of nothing, because that's
will you take that opinion with a grain of distilled owl? Because I feel like that's what they were doing at the end of that movie. They were distilling that owl. What is going on there?
yeah, that
We're
was
gonna
weird.
bottle it.
You know what though? I did like the two little characters, like the costume design and that bird mask. I'm a big fan of masks. If y'all haven't figured out, like, I would buy that. I like that. That was a quality. Like, they really put a lot of, in the costumes. They put a lot of yeah. Good job. Kudos to that. But yeah, let's rate it.
So what are you coming in at?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 2.5 ghoulies, because I will give credit to, like we've mentioned, the editing. The editing was fantastic. Some of the performances were actually like really, they're pretty good. The costume design was very nice. I liked it a lot. So yeah, 2.5, and I'm gonna give it the bottom half for the kitchen sink.
Rar.
Oh God. Okay, so like I said, I had to sit on it for a few days before I just wrote it off as complete trash, because it's not complete trash. I see what they were trying to do. And I appreciate a lot of the elements that were in here. To me, it just wasn't, some of the execution was a little off for me. There were some elements that were absolutely beautiful. I love the style of this movie. I love the editing of it. And the woman who played Meredith, I thought she was phenomenal. I thought she was great. But I'm going to go ahead and give this a 2.5 as well. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm going with the top hat for not boobs. Not boobs. Yeah, not boobs.
What about boobs in a see-through bra?
See-through bra. That's what we'll do.
I'm gonna come in, I'd say just a little bit higher than the both of you. I thought that this was an homage to Italian horror, serial killer films, The Evil Dead, and all done in a stylized way. This is absolutely Travis Stevens style. And if you watch Girl on the Third Floor, you'll see that this is very much in the vein of the kind of spirit of what he does, and he does it very fucking well. I really liked the character Bruce. I thought that the actor who played Bruce, Josh Rubin, did a tremendous job, and he's alone in a lot of his performance, and he carries a performance throughout the entire film that is nuanced and comes off as you know, awful, as an awful character who deserves everything, but charismatic enough for you to care about him as things happen. And that's my opinion. I thought that the style of the characters, not just the human characters, but the otherworldly characters, was tremendous. I thought that The owl looks incredible. It's visually iconic, and it it all just works for me. It's derivative of things. Obviously, it's derivative of Twin Peaks. It's derivative of things like Profondo Rosso, and oddly enough, uh, fucking opera. So it has these things that it's clearly ripping off, but it sticks the landing in a way that I fucking can't help but be impressed by. And I think that Travis Stevens continuing this trajectory will become a filmmaker that people will be talking about in years to come, and they'll study films like this. And so for all of those things, I say that this is a 4 out of 5 Ghoulies. I really fucking enjoyed it. But you know, to each their own.
I forgot to mention something. CGI girl face on running dog.
Thank you. I was gonna bring it up too.
I stylistically, I would have tried something a little different.
Yeah.
If you didn't have the budget for it, try something else, because that looked really cheap. That and to be fair, again,
To be fair.
there are a lot of effects in this film that are very well done,
Mhm.
and like the dog coming out of the barrel and everything else. I enjoyed that. It was trippy, and I was like, all right, this is cool. This is cool. He's running through the woods, very Evil Dead-ish, and you know.
Mhm. I mean, he's even called Bruce,
Yeah.
which you
Yep.
know,
Yeah. And I was after watching this film, I was like, had they just thrown some brown pants on him,
mhm.
like that would just been like, mwah.
Yeah.
That would
Yeah.
have been. But it was that one scene, and I think it really took me out of that moment, took me out of that scene, and I was like, if it doesn't work, don't include it.
Mhm.
Like it just cheapened that scene. And it was just weird. But I did like her in her human form when she kind of barks and like nips at his ear. I was like, I dig that. Like that worked for me. But
I also
CGI.
liked the jeweled face.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that was so fucking pretty.
yeah. And the wicker person.
Yeah.
The I don't know what was going on with that, but that looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like the costume design, like I'm gonna look it up. Whoever did costumes in this, good job. You fucking nailed it.
But that is gonna do it. So places that they can find you, Miss Raw.
Oh, you can find me on the Tickum Talks at Tragic Roar.
And
Man, he's not paying
Harley.
attention.
Harley, how do you spell that?
You can find me.
No, how do you spell that?
You gotta spell it.
Oh, that's tragic. RWR. Sorry, I'm looking up. I need to know now who the costume designer was in this film.
You had one job. You had
I got
one
one
job and you
job.
failed.
I got one job, and
It's also on you to now tell people where to find you.
oh, okay. So you can find me on the Tiki Talks at Arlie Grind. You can find me on Instagram at Top Shelf Horror. You can find me on Facebook at Top Shelf Horror. You can find me on Twitter, Arlie TSH. And you can also go follow Top Shelf Horror on Tiki Talks at Arlie. Or just look up Top Shelf Horror.
For the show, you would find us at Ghoul Kids Table on Facebook, at Ghoul Kids Table on Twitter, GKT Podcast on Instagram, and Ghoul_Kids_Table on the Tickle Talks. Definitely, if you're watching this on YouTube, go check out all of the other stuff that we have on here. We've got shorts, we've got, countdowns and all kinds of fun stuff for you to watch and enjoy. Subscribe, thumbs up, say nice things about us. Those things, they help the algorithms, and I hear that algorithms are hot right now, so you know.
So hot. They're so hot. So
Algorithms
hot.
are
They're
fucking
so in
hot
right now. They're so fucking hot.
So make sure to do
So
all
hot
those
it might
things.
be a red flag.
Ooh, you're very red.
You're super red now. You're
very
like,
red.
yeah. That's Brian De Palma red right there.
Yeah. Ooh,
And then it goes orange. I'm confused.
Daddy. I'm sorry.
Oh, Larry, where can we find you?
You can find me at CreaturePod wherever you go into the world of social medias, with the exception of TikTok. That's Creature Backup because dick jokes are life.
I can't wait for the Creature Backup sync video. That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. So here's another thing that I want to point out. In the world of social media, when you're talking about the show, make sure that you're adding the hashtag #GhoulKidsTable and any of the hashtags that we use on the show. Please pass those along to friends. Please, if we get something weird that we say trending, you know, then they give us money, and then you don't have to. Well, you should still give us money. Give us money. I will suck your dick. Okay.
I'll make you a drink. I
Arlie
got
will
bad
make you a
knees.
drink.
I got bad knees.
I will suck your dick.
I'll film the sucking of dick from Larry.
Yeah, she'll film it, so you'll have it to cherish forever.
So she films it,
A
he does
signed
it.
copy of all three of us.
She films it, he does it. I make you the drink to kind of ease you into all that.
Yeah. Get you comfortable enough for me to blow you. It gets you nice and drunk. Then I suck you off, and Sarah takes a video of it. Then all three of us sign it after you come.
And look, if you can't reach, we got a sink right here.
Marvelous. Oh God.
Oh. Hashtag in the sink. Hashtag in the sink.
Hashtag Red Rocket Raw. Raw Red Rocket. Ooh.
But that is
Hashtag beat it like you mean it.
Are we gonna do a hashtag off right now? We can do that. Hashtag off.
Hashtag jerk off. Hashtag yay.
Hashtag jerking in the sink.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
Hashtag is it red in here?
Hashtag is it red in here? Or is it just me? Hashtag is it red in here? Or is it just my owl?
Hashtag because art.
Hashtag red owl. Hashtag red owl.
Hashtag tongues on the wall because art. Did anybody else? What is going on? Oh God.
Hashtag statue's important.
Hashtag not my camping.
Hashtag pack better for camping.
Hashtag pack your undies.
Hashtag the Bruces.
Hashtag not my Bruce.
Hashtag Canadian tuxedo. There's so many hashtags right now.
Oh God.
Look, people, we just need one. We need one to trend. Pick one. We gave you 1 million.
Hashtag I'll blow you.
Hashtag clinkety clink shirtless configuration.
Oh fuck. All right, guys.
Oh wait, one last one. One last one.
Ooh.
One last one. Hashtag cough. Hashtag I need a mental health advocate.
Configuration.
Oh, we're a bunch of dogs.
And bully Olitos. That is going to do it for us, you guys. Tragic Roar. For Arlie and for myself again, my name is Chunky. This has been another episode of the Ghoul Kids Table Podcast, wherever you listen to podcasts and on YouTube. There's always a seat available here for you at the table, but I don't suggest it. It's covered in cum.
Larry's under the table waiting for you.
I'll suck you under the table configuration.
So hard.
It's right there.
Unsa, 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 unsa,
Jesus! Oh, please! I found a red, but it's flashy.
Half our audience goes into epileptic seizures watching
Warning,
this
flashy.
episode.
Tragic Roar's a jackass. Oh my god.
By the way, this is all of the shit that was on the cutting room floor.
Yeah. If anyone's wondering about what the cutting room floor looked like, it was pretty much this.
This kind of shit right here.
Arlie's confessions of wanting to be a serial killer and
Sarah fucking raving for no reason.
and the tragic roar rave going on.
The tragic rave.
The tragic rave.
Tragic rave.
Hashtag tragic rave.